Hi friends, in today's world of jeans and t-shirts, suits and trousers, we have forgotten about our traditional outfits. Especially in quarantine, we have also forgotten about what formals are. I know that jeans, t-shirts, tops, etc. are way more comfortable to put on, but there's a certain charm to traditional wear that no one can steal from it. In India, we have several ethnic outfits from each state, such as sari, dhoti, lungi, sharara, salwar suit, and countless others. Traditional attire not just tells us about our history but also unites us as one culture. So, today, let's talk about outfits from around the world. Kenya. Kenya is a country in the African subcontinent that houses several ethnic communities under its belt, like the ones mentioned on the screen. One of the famous ethnic outfits in Kenya is called the kitang. It is made of cotton fabric and is extremely colorful, vibrant, and embroidered. It is colored using the tie dye method. It is worn in day to day life for ceremonies and events. Another traditional outfit is the khanga. It is about 1.5 meters in length. It's worn by the most famous tribe of Kenya called the Maasai tribe. Sweden. The traditional Swedish dress, as mentioned on the screen, was introduced in 1903. As you might have noticed, two colors distinctly stand out, and those are blue and yellow. The colors symbolize the national flag of Sweden. The people of Sweden didn't actually find this outfit to be very exciting, but when the Swedish Queen Sylvia wore this dress on the National Day in 1983, everyone readily accepted the attire and it was worn by the royal family too. In 1982, even men's attire was created. Besides the previously mentioned costume, commoners or peasants of Sweden used to wear this particular outfit to go to church, work in the meadows, fields, and barns. Korea. Most of us know that Japan's traditional outfit is the kimono. Very few know that Korea has its own traditional outfit called the hanbok. Nowadays, hanbok is only worn on special occasions in Korea. It has a very interesting shape, similar to a bell. It's narrow on the top and wider in the bottom. It is made with vibrant and expressive colors and fabrics, and it's colored with natural dye. It has a tight fitting jacket too, and that makes the upper body of the wearer look slimmer. People wearing this outfit look as if they are floating in the air. Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is one of the most visually pleasing countries in the world. So is the traditional outfit of Sri Lankans. The women wear something called as the Kandian sari or Osaria. It's an 8-meter long sari that is adorned with beautiful patterns and dyed in vibrant shades of color. Lama Saria is another outfit worn by the younger or unmarried girls in Sri Lanka. Men in Sri Lanka wear something similar to a lungi called a sarong. You'll find almost every man wearing one, be it a fisherman, tuk-tuk drivers, or cooks. Nowadays, there's a modern sarong available that has pockets in it. Indonesia. Indonesia is an island country with scenic holiday destinations and a rich culture. It has a variety of traditional costumes such as the batik. It is an intricately designed fabric that is decorated using wax resistant dyeing techniques. Both men and women use this material to make outfits out of it. The kabaya. This is usually worn by Balinese women. It is made with sheer materials such as nylon, thin cotton, polyester, or silk and has floral embroidery on it. It personally reminds me of India's Malmal kurtas. The pisai. The pisai is basically a cap worn by Indonesian men to demonstrate their national sentiments. It's also part of the Indonesian president's official attire. Spain. Spain is famous for its flamenco dancers and senoritas, but have you ever glanced at their outfits? I personally feel they are super elegant. Besides them, Spain has many more beautiful outfits, such as the mantilla, which is a veil made of silk or lace worn by women during weddings or gatherings. The mantilla is held in place on a woman's head with the help of a tortoise shell colored clip called the pineta. Next comes the gilet, that is similar to a modern day waistcoat. It's a fitted sleeveless jacket. It was also used to stay warmer when outside. So, friends, I hope you learned something new today. For more such videos, kindly like, share, subscribe, click the bell icon, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.